Breaking news, my lovely, wonderful people. A UK-based legal expert on presidential election tribunal verdict reveal why it is proving difficult to remove President Bola Ahmed Tinubu despite the weight of evidence before all to see and everyone knows about. Yet, it seemingly feels difficult to remove him. This is what is happening now. Everybody is beginning to wonder and ask themselves serious question that really what's going on here? Is there something else we should know? Why is it proving difficult? And the reason now you want hear. So this UK-based lawyer say get the reason, get why. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Let's get all the details. Now that the learned justice of the Court of Appeal have delivered their judgment on the case that has been since the presidential election, it is always right to provide some thoughts on legal minds. I will make an attempt to give real clear reasons why it feels so difficult to remove a man who is backed up with a lot of evidences showing that he may not be the president they thought he is. While we await the copies of the full judgment from the court, this is what it's going on now. Prior to providing their brief insight, it is important to inform that citizens should not be in a hurry to cast a stone on the judiciary, especially when they are well adequate with the law. No matter how eloquent you feel about what is going on, it is important to appreciate that the justice have done their best what they could possibly do. But that is not the end of it all. Anyone could approach the Supreme Court to give his own thoughts on what is going on, what he thinks with evidences he have. Whether a presidential candidate requires 25% of votes in FCT to be declared winner of an election, or probably your own quest is whether he did not have all the requirements and that there were some inconsistencies with all. In whatever response or how you feel about this is one of the most resounding cases today, and therefore the Presidential Election Tribunal have done what they could. An individual does not even need to be a lawyer to know that Nigeria is a country where people look at faces and who you are to be able to get what they can get. If you've got deep pockets in Nigeria, as it's been over the years, you may get some favors even if it's against the law. 25% of FCT to be declared winner of an election does not automatically confirm special status of citizenship on Nigerians living in that area, as said by the Presidential Election Tribunal. The concept of equality of citizenship is a fundamental ingredient of statehood. It is a concept on which the other citizens' rights and obligations, such as payment of tax and predications. In fact, it is also the same principle that apply to equality of states, and that is why each state of the federation has 3 senators, whether large or small, no matter its size and population. This concept of equality of citizens is also the reason why number of members that are elected to the House of Representatives are determined through proportions to look into what goes on with their citizens and their people. The Presidential Election Tribunal has looked at their own matter, and Nigerians need to understand that they also have a right to look into the situation in what they could possibly do at this point in time. I know Nigerians are not happy, but the Supreme Court will be able to interpret more on this occasion. So this is what is happening. A UK-based lawyer who did not even mention his name said there are cases that Nigerians feel should have been well delivered by the Supreme Court. Is it the alleged criminal conviction in the United States where he left $460,000? or is it, I mean, that case is still very much on, and all they said was that there was no evidence, or is it the transmission of election results by the IRS and the Beavers that was not done by INEC, where they've told Nigerians already, and they even went to, Chitan's house in London and said every citizen will be able to give results, them call the result themselves, or no compliance with election rules, or is it Tinubu's result, whatever the case is. All this lawyer is saying is that Nigerians should be patient, they should be ready, knowing that they can go to the Supreme Court, and already the candidates are already in the Supreme Court. Okay, on the conclusion remark on how they went, no matter what your grievances are, don't get yourself worked up by a group of people whose job and their main duty is to ensure that they protect their candidates. For whatever is worth, remember that at the end of the day, we all are the ones living, in this very matter. We are the ones who is here, who is going through everything that is happening, and so we must not allow some persons, also people, to take over that which belong to us. Okay, so as it is, it's time for us to accept reality and move on, that the next box stop now is the Supreme Court. Yeah, whether you like it or not, Tinubu has been in G20, he's been doing what he does, and so it is time that we move on, and we, the next phase now, I mean, Presidential Election Tribunal has done what they can. So the next, the Supreme Court, all way leads to the Supreme Court. So let's forget about all that has been done, and hope that our judiciary system will not make a fool of themselves where it matters most. It is time, okay, that we see these things, and move, and ensure that we do what is needed for us as a people. Okay, because if we continue to look upon them and think that they will stand for us, most of them will just, they will do things for themselves, and they will not even bother, on mind what is happening to others. So it is time we pay attention to this and do the right thing. Please don't forget, every one of us is important in this occasion. In this equation, we all have a stake in it, and we all have a part to play. And so every one of us must do all that is needed and necessary to change this country and to bring things into the right place, into the right order, so that Nigeria can advance and we can make a headway. Every time we turn and pretend that we don't know what's going on, we are really not doing what is right and needed to change the course of history. So Nigerians, it is time we begin to look into this very critically and ensure that we do everything needed. Okay, please don't let all these people and their evil, be the drive. Leave us a comment. Don't forget to like us, share, subscribe. God bless. Bye for now.